today's discussion on fear. Fear is the second intentness of mortal being. For the unpleasant feeling of any incidents previously happened, the scary emotion or apprehension is produced in mind is fear. The biggest fear is that of death. Death in the Mahabharata is fear of death. All fears beget from that of death. Death, fear of death is son-in-law of Dhritarashtra, mind. Fear, therefore, is dear to mind. None is there as a son-in-law dearer. So mind always loves to take care or get company of fear. When a person gets up late, he is scared as he thinks that it will be late to attend office, for a student to reach school, for a cook to cook, etc. Morning of a mortal man begins with fear. Fear begets life. In fear to be rebuked, humiliated, and punished, and in fear of death, a mortal man tells a lie. So fear is a big abstraction to doing identity of mouth and mind. As long as fear exists, a mortal man cannot express mind properly. So it will be too hard for a mortal being to be a man. Fear produces weakness of body, mind, and hesitation in mind. As a result, it is impossible or creates an abstraction to perform duty of family with exhaustion and bravery. For hesitation and weakness, no work will be perfectly performed. So everybody needs to jump into action, even spiritual practice with bravery and exhaustion, so that the work may bring the success. Life will lead to fulfillment in the way to order. Peace will bow down to your feet. It should be remembered that in misdeed, commitment of evil deed, sin, etc., fearlessness is no good, rather fear is allowed. Commitment of evil deed, sin, and misdeed causes sorrow and distress, and at last, after death, there is to be born of animal family. The biggest fear is that of death. The person who wins over death, being a victor, moves on earth. Clouds dark and colored, they produce fear. Branch on a tree dead, gravest earth in summer, that born in mind, if possible, remove forever. Of fear of death, who is crooked, lead a life like a lion nourished, in the body wet in bliss of nectar, dye your heart with color. We know how fear, perils on earth, all will disappear. Pleasure puts forth. Dependence on truth brings fearlessness, makes one dare to him. At last in the evening, peace to be attained with bliss, and easiness. Sometimes fear plays a vital and very important role in life. In many scriptures, the word hell has been used, saying about dreadfulness of punishment to threaten as they may retreat in order. Besides, the action according to Fritz has been divided into four parts, namely accumulated action, commenced action, eroding action, and acting action. The fruits born out of disorder are to be suffered. Those different kinds of peril, jeopardy, happiness, sorrow, distress, diseases, etc. consequences are to be suffered or enjoyed. Some of them are to be enjoyed and most of them to be suffered. Happiness gives them comfort instantly, but they try to be free from feelings, from sorrow, distress, jeopardy, distress, disease, etc. Disorder is the cause of suffering, consequences. If a person can live disorder in fear of suffering, at least he may be able to have the way to be a man. In the story of Nachiketa, in the Kart Upanishad, fear as positive side has been shown. Nachiketa, a younger boy, wished to have knowledge about Brahman from the king of death, winner over death. The person who has won over death contains no such power to let one attain Brahman. The mortal man is scared about the king of death. Here the king may be called fear personified. This fear brings someone in order and perils and propels him to the knowledge about Brahman. That someone is suffering from any problem means that he had committed any disorder before. We commit disorder in secret, but we suffer it open. How beautiful it is! It is ridiculous to say a mortal man says, I have never committed offense in knowledge, knowingly, still I am suffering. But when he enjoys, he feels that he has done much good. If we can carefully take up the small word order, all problems will go away, and even we can reach the state beyond life and death.
Thanks, goodbye. See you again.